few minutes ago, you were at Cameron, the home office of crazies in college hoops. Well, here at Rutgers, they're trying to duplicate that atmosphere tonight. An important Big East contest, Notre Dame and Rutgers. Saturday, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame played Georgetown in the highest scoring and longest Big East game in history. It took 4 overtimes to decide the outcome. Matt Carroll, 7 straight points late in the game. Ryan Humphrey was big inside as per usual. The Irish win it by 5 in the 4 OTs. The standings reflect the importance of this game. The Irish, the hottest team in the Big East. They've won 5 straight. They're nipping at the heels of the Pittsburgh Panthers. Meanwhile, Rutgers is in good position to make a run, too, as we come down the stretch. Welcome, everybody, to Big East Country. We're in Piscataway, New Jersey. Dave Sims and Bill Raftery, glad you could join us. And what a game we've got for you tonight. 2 teams really playing real well. And guards tonight, Jerome Coleman has been a real good go-to guy. Chris Thomas, a fabulous rookie for Notre Dame.
Well, starting with Jerome Coleman, he's a guy that can beat you in a lot of ways. He can play without the basketball. Dave uses his screens very well, can create off the dribble or play off the ball on the spread, gets the feet prepared, and can be streaky with the outside shot. Of course, Chris Thomas, he can play any place he wants for Mike Bray. He can put it on the floor. He's very good at finding his teammates, gets in the lane, makes very good decisions, or can step outside. And he, like you, Dave Sims, can play forever.
60-minute man against Georgetown. Here's a look at the starting lineups. Carroll, Thomas, Jones, Humphrey, Swanigan, always dependable, does all the little things. Coleman, Sherrod, Shields, 3-guard attack. Kent is a go-to guy in the middle. Sean Exani gets the start at the other forward for Eugene Dabney, who has an ankle problem. Folks, tonight, something's got to give. 4-1 for the Irish on the road. 4-1 for Rutgers at home in the Big East Conference. Good officiating crew tonight. John Cal, Ted Hillary, and Steve Welmer. There's Dabney, and he will be missed. 6 points, 4 rebounds in his 19 minutes per game. He's a junior center out of Birmingham, Alabama.
And he's a valuable commodity to have. He drifts and can prepare himself off of penetration and make that little jump shot, and they're high-low.
And we're underway at Rutgers.
And Notre Dame, Dave Sims goes.
We're ready for hoops here now. Good crowd, vocal crowd. Gary Waters says when we get this going, it's going to be one of the toughest places to go. Humphrey rebounds the miss in close from Kent. Here's Jones back the other way.
And known for his defense, under control. Good kick.
Going to wipe that off as Humphrey drove to the basket. They got Rashod Kent for the foul, his first.
But Rashod is one of those guys, they need him on the floor. I mean, he's the heart and soul of this team. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Has a tendency to get some small change fouls, but good post move at the other end. They're going to need more of that on the offense from him.
Good matchup with Kent and Humphrey. They both are the career active double-double leaders in the Big East Conference. Matt Carroll really asserting himself now.
And looking for a shot, and this guy can really create or get others involved. Not a good look.
Turned it over. And back comes Rutgers' Jerome Coleman.
Got to identify their deep shooters.
Their 3 guards don't shoot a high percentage, but boy, I tell you what, money time, they have been outstanding here. Kent trying to up and under, and he gets a foul. Let's see if it's against Humphrey.
It might be from the outside. It may be high end. It looks like they go for Humphrey. No, I thought the top Carroll may have helped out as well. But you mentioned this 3-guard look. It really spreads your defense. And if you can't contain the dribble, they can get in real deep. And this is where Kent, I think, has improved. He's quicker. He's always been strong, but his elevation because of the loss of weight is extraordinary.
They give the foul to Thomas. Rashod Kent, 3rd leading scorer for Rutgers, their leading rebounder.
And he can break some thumbs from the free throw line. Folks,
yes,
he made
can.
that one.
and the extra appreciative ovation because he's now 54 for 154.
Which is about 35.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. You won't have him choosing sides of the play. Shoots
right.
the pick.
Wow, look at the look there by Humphrey. Layup by Carroll, and they let him play.
Well, you know what happened? We got an injury, too. Carroll coming up real gimpy, and they're going to stop. Mike Bray wants to see it. What a great read by Notre Dame. They doubled the passer, and then the kick out. Nobody protected the basket. You can just see here. Here's Humphrey, and now Carroll sneaks the floor. They were ready with the initial pressure, but the counter in the back, and you can see almost a pull down by Carroll with the hand in there. Well, when Kent's around, he makes you do some strange things.
Rashod Kent, 6'6", 275. Here's Exani. Tough lefty. Comes in, does Gets a lot of deflections, makes some good passes. Kent down low. Draws the crowd, goaltending. Humphrey came out of nowhere, and he acknowledges that.
I don't think he had to do anything. I think that was long. It's one of those, let it go. And Rutgers getting set in the full court pressure. This is sort of the signal of them getting aggressive here.
Steal on the inbound. Put back is good. The steal by Coleman and Ricky Shields with the conversion. 5-2 Rutgers.
Got to go over the top as they did earlier. Just like this. You get numbers.
Hello.
And you just got to go post up and turn and look. You can't let the initial pressure get to you. Make them pay.
Nice setup there by Matt Carroll. Put away by Humphrey.
A little late on the curl.
Shields. Short rebound to Chris Thomas. Their point guard. Averages 3 boards a game. Down low, Humphrey. And they get a foul before on Exanic.
Exanic down there a little bit late. You can see the speed of the perimeter people by Rutgers. I mean, coming off a curl, able to get a good look, Shields. But this is what he does best, I think. Head up, always seeing the floor, seeing his teammates, very unselfish, and yet can ring the bell as well.
And back to live action, Matt Carroll with the deuce. Makes it 6-5 Notre Dame. Rutgers coming in after beating St. Peter's in a non-conference game on Monday here at the RAC, 80-63. Deep three. Coleman blocked. Thomas back for Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's one of those clubs that can set up as well as run, and this is what you mentioned. Carroll looking for himself a lot more assertive.
Absolutely. Great shooter in his high school days in suburban Philadelphia. Picking up some pretty good defense, too. Shields goes baseline. Thomas steps in, takes the charge. Outstanding play by the freshman.
What a read by the little guy. And defensively, you could just see the inability to contain the baseline dribble, and a terrific bailout by this guy. Really understands the game. He said he slept very well after the Georgetown game.
I'm sure he did.
And rightfully so. 60 minutes, and here he comes again.
Thomas going to take it all the way with the left hand. Almost went. Rebound Exanic. And then stolen momentarily by Thomas. Back comes Coleman. There's another deep three. What a sure was. Then he loses it. Jones in a hurry the other way, and a foul. They're going to get Shields.
In the open floor.
Going to be Ricky's second.
You know, Coleman, nobody under the rim on that. A terrific rebound by Rashod Kent. I mean, 5-6 feet away, able to go over the top. I think you've got to play within yourself and get good looks.
Jason McCoy is going to come in and pick up Ricky Shields in the Rutgers lineup. Mike Bray, his club, as we told you, the 4 overtime win against Georgetown. Give and go with Carroll. Put it up and in. Matt Carroll. He's got 6 points.
And right now they're making the defense that overreacts pay for it. Turn and look at the ball. Even though they're at good foot speed, you've got to do the same thing with the footwork. Open up and see the basketball.
Notre Dame won the first battle, 89-72 in Joyce Center 8 days ago. And that was a concern of Mike Bray. He says, hey, wait, we put one on them pretty good, and we're playing them just 8 days later. It's going to be fresh in their mind. Danny with the miss.
And Swanigan and Kent teeing it up on one side of the floor. It's tilting.
Oh,
nice
great look.
Oh, Jones, wonderful dive to the rim and the acknowledgement. They are playing a very good basketball right now at ND against Georgetown. Georgetown played great. I mean, the level of play was extraordinary, and they're matching that early this evening.
10-5 Notre Dame timeout for Rutgers.
As step and go, the defense looks at the basketball, and they pay for it. They had lifted the big people, no inside assistance. But right here, the dive down, and you can just see everybody facing the ball, not in proper position, not the proper technique.
Fighting Irish 8-0 run, shooting 5 of 7. All 10 points scored in the paint. You gotta love that. Mike Bray and company, his staff, just the way they draw it up, right?
Helps your field goal percentage, doesn't it?
It sure
does.
does.
Get those kind of looks. So Mike really starting to sell that it feels like last year he's been telling his team. He said, right, fellas? Right? And it does. They're starting to get that momentum, tying some wins together on their run for the NCAA.
Last year, the Fighting Irish went 20-10, 11-5. They won the West Division of the Big East Conference.
After a timeout, you usually see it go inside. Let's see if they can get some touches.
Kareem Wright is in the game right now for Rutgers, replacing Kent. Coleman, partially blocked by Swanigan. Humphrey takes over.
Well, they really win a nice double screen to get him to the rim.
Carroll, good fake, baseline pull-up. In and out, hit by Humphrey is good.
From the rear, nobody really stuck him.
Ryan Humphrey, the leading scorer for the Irish and rebounder and block shot artist.
You notice soft shooters, though, it's typical.
Yeah.
Carroll with a nice touch.
10-0 run by Notre Dame. Sherrod, pull up along the baseline. That won't go. Another board for Humphrey. He's got 5 already.
And this is how they can play both ways. You take away the early. A little too tight there for Thomas.
Sure enough, here comes Rutgers back the other way. McCoy lost the handle. He's trying to get it set so he can throw one down, and he turns it over.
Score. Try and score, right? Forget about it.
Good start to the Fighting Irish on the road. The best road team in the conference. Back this morning. Chris Thomas has certainly made his mark in the Big East Conference. McDonald's All-American last year. A 60-minute kind of guy. He's Go Referee. I'm Dave Sims. These stories and more
when we return.
This is what he did. A little flavoring of what he did against Georgetown on Saturday.
This is one of those stories that you don't mind watching. I really got a bang out of watching the tape of this game. And I mentioned to him today, do you know Chuck Bednarik?
He had no idea.
Well, that's your new name. I mentioned it the other night. Chuck, 60-minute man, the last playing both ways in the NFL.
That's right.
And he did it all.
Charlie. 60 minutes, 7 for 20 from the field, 7 of 8 from the line, 8 boards, 12 assists, 22 points. Goodness gracious.
And Mike Molinari with the timing device there, our producer. Doing a heck of a nice gimmick to pay homage to Thomas, who takes the long one.
And what you said about the soft rebound, there it is again. Timmermans is in the game right now. Tom Timmermans out of the Netherlands. And Mike Bray couldn't be happier with him. He now is getting playing time. He told him, says, play like Swanigan. That's pick, get a board, get a putback, knock somebody down.
Follow like that.
Right.
He feels he can't play without either one of them on the floor. And that's how much he has improved, Timmerman. Nice pump and bite.
Couldn't get the English to go.
He's got to make those, though. Because the downside is the free throw line, and Timmerman's getting himself with the big body. Todd McCullough, who plays for the Nets, has the ability of a belly basket. That's what Timmerman's did the other end. But here, the bite on the pump fake, just can't get those puppies. That's how quick Kent is.
It's remarkable.
Now, this is where a little rash comes into play when he gets to the free throw line.
Yeah, and everybody, all the fans know it here at Rutgers, too. Long study. Oof, back rim that one.
It's one of those psychological difficulties, I think, when you really struggle.
He's built several houses in his career here at Rutgers.
He's in the condo business, huh? There you go. But a big fella. And you learn to grow because he does so many other. Gary Waters has done just an absolutely extraordinary job here. You learn to be patient because he does everything else for you.
And beat the press. David Gray's been coming off the bench for the Irish the last 5 games and been very effective. That one went down and came out. Hervé Lamazana's in the game, number 1. You're going to like him. There's a look at the senior David Graves, one of the tri-captains, along with Ryan Humphrey and Harold Swanigan.
You really admire him for buying in, too. I mean, as a senior, played all those games. And Lamazana there, who really has a big upside, talented guy, just played with him a little loose from watching tape.
But I tell you what, that helped him in the Georgetown game back in Jan 5.
He can elevate, block some shots.
Yeah.
He shoots that runner as well, likes the jumper.
Coleman in trap, and Timmermans takes over for the Irish. Quickly up to Carroll, runner left hand, score the goal.
How soft on the move. I mean, terrific little kiss by Carroll, but the baseball pass by the choreographer there, Chris Thomas on the money.
Matt Carroll off to a good start for the Irish. He's got 8. 16-6 Notre Dame.
Trying to duck in on the box.
Hervé, a little duck. Whoa, look out, don't get hurt.
Scored a goal, though.
Ryan Humphrey. Boy, that was a fastball. The express.
You can really see that Rutgers understands where to go with the basketball. It's just a matter of converting that time. That's a message he likes early in the game.
Oh, yeah, right?
Western Union, I am here to negate any attempts. The big fella, Humphrey.
Saw Chris Thomas in the McDonald's All-American game down at Duke last year. Turns it over right there. Doesn't turn it over often. Here's the lead for Kent. Wow, you don't want to get in the way of that.
That's right. That's it. Express. What a locomotive, huh? Attacking its head.
Kent's got 6. Not quite a full house here, Ref, but close.
That is one of the great buildings in the conference, I think. They can influence an outcome. Nice hit.
One of the all-time steal leaders here at Rutgers. He's got 5 turnovers for tonight by the Irish. 5.
2.5 a game from him, huh?
Yeah.
Roughly unbelievable. You don't expect that from your power broker.
Quick hands. Ricky Shields back in the game. Got the room fired up, in and out. Humphrey tips it to Carroll.
Solid checking out. That's one of those I'd like to see him go to the rim or go back inside, right? You can always get that jump shot. Getting back in it, finding your comfort zone.
Sherrod working Thomas pretty good.
Humphrey can make those right at the top. Nice entry.
Timmerman's down low. Thomas. And Graves ends up with after the miss. You count that one. Graves was set. He buried it. He's their three-point percentage leader, 41%. It's 19-10 Irish.
Great distribution. You just can't get out on that rebound and cover the wing shooter like Graves.
We're going to Kent. Brings Timmermans away from the goal a little bit. Amazana. And they'll keep it right here. Foul on Graves. His first foul tonight. And coming up a little bit later, we're going to talk to one of the great players in Irish history, Troy Murphy, now with the Golden State Warriors. Stay with us here at Piscataway. Fighting Irish lead by 9. Mike Ray and the Irish up by 9 here in New Jersey. And earlier today, we talked to Mike about the loss of Troy Murphy and how it's affected the team.
I think the biggest thing that he misses is the back of the bus, the locker room, you know, the guys cutting up after a game. And our guys miss that. I mean, his personality kept us loose. He had a great sense of humor. He was a fun guy to be around. But, you know, we've had a few characters step up in his place this year.
So you're working the back room, Troy Murphy, with the Golden State Warriors. How you doing?
I'm doing very good. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Enjoying the game, I'm sure, Murph. We were going to announce that you were on the air, but we didn't think we'd get the proper reception here at Rutgers.
They probably end up doing you.
Going back to last year, take us back to that game, and it was an important one for you, having been recruited here. What was it like?
It was always fun coming back to New Jersey and playing at Rutgers, but a few years ago we lost. We were actually able to win the game, and it was pretty sweet.
What do you think of the ball club with Chris Thomas?
Notre Dame team this year is doing very well, and they're primed to make a NCAA tournament run.
How's rookie life with the Golden State Warriors? I know you guys had a big win over the Celtics last night.
Yeah, it's a good time. You know, you play against the best players in the world night in and night out. It's you know, I'm living a dream here. It's really great.
Is it far more demanding than you expected, Murph?
It really is. The traveling and playing 4 games in 5 nights and back-to-back games, it's totally different from college basketball, but it's all you really have to worry about, and you have to get yourself ready to play every single night.
You've been back on campus, we were told during the All-Star break. It was like the conquering hero returning. Made you feel pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it's good to get back to Notre Dame and see everybody, and I miss everybody a lot. It was good to get back there and see the guys on the team for a couple of days.
What's it like being a bachelor out there? I know Bernie Caffarelli and your mom go out to make sure things are okay every once in a while. How are you managing with food and things of that nature?
I'm managing pretty well. I had trouble at the beginning because I had never really been away from home or lived so far from home, but now I'm used to it, and I'm adjusting pretty well.
Well, Murph, good for you. Enjoy the game. We appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us, and ball club's doing all right. 21-12, under 11 to play. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Keep working hard, Murph.
I will. Take care.
Troy Murphy, Big East Player of the Year last season with Troy Bell of Boston College. Here's what the Murph put up last year. Look at it, 50% from the field, 35. Talk about a big guy stepping outside, 35%, almost 10 boards.
And he commanded so much attention. That's what made him so tough. You know, even if he were struggling during the game, there were doubles and shades on him that really opened it up for the win people. Of course, Martin Englesby did an outstanding job, too, finding Murph and other people. And, of course, this year's team, I think, is deeper for some strange reason, and it started the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, no question about it, with Graves coming off the bench now.
And Jones playing so well.
And they getting some good minutes from Jordan Cornette.
And Timberman, we mentioned. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right, all of a sudden. And then Swanigan's healthy. So a return of a real strong, tough guy that helps Humphrey.
Rashod Kent got 10 points.
They need stuff off their defense. I mean, that's the basic for their team. Be real solid, force you into tough situations, and then ring the bell at the other end.
Chris Markwood in the game number 51. Cornette a little short on that baseline drive. Joel Wiggins is back. He's in his shield. Deep three, up and over. It's going to be Notre Dame ball.
Now that last miss by Cornette, as a coach, your press won. I mean, even if they get a decent look and they miss it, now you've got the frenetic pace and you can push it up against Mike Bray's guys and maybe get them out of position.
Well, Mike Bray just went back to some substitutions and they brought back some starters. Chris Thomas is back in. Matt Carroll, Ryan Humphrey. Swanigan, while we were talking to Mercer, was it Swanigan that put on that great pick? Rutgers player never saw it. Graves can't get it. Humphrey keeps it alive. Humphrey and a block by Kent. Out of bounds. It'll be Rutgers ball.
And Kent, you can see the emotion in his game. Real aggressive play. And you're right. Anytime it's a pick, it's usually Swanigan. His ability. But here's good pursuit of the basketball. Everybody goes to look for somebody. But Kent goes to look for the basketball and help out his teammate. Good aggressive maneuver.
How about the explosion of Humphrey met by Kent? Both of them real quick jumpers.
Two forceful guys.
And down at the offensive end now with Rutgers having the ball. Swanigan's guarding against Rashod Kent. That's a heck of a battle, too, because Swanigan will put a lick on you.
No question. Doesn't mind the contact.
Wiggin shakes free and hits the three. They're going to call it a deuce. Wiggin, freshman guard out of Columbus High School in the Bronx, New York. 5-point lead for Notre Dame. Matt Carroll, they feed the post. Humphrey gets it to Swanigan. And they're going to say it was knocked out of bounds by Mike Sherrod.
That's just great defense. They doubled the box, then slid down, almost got the interception. Really great coverage against Notre Dame that particular trip.
This is the second straight year, folks. The Irish and the Scarlet Knights. Look at Matt Carroll. Uh-oh, he twisted his ankle a little bit right at the bench.
It came down, I think, on somebody on the
one of the assistant coach. Yeah.
Maybe Danny came in handy after all. He's down at the end there. Shaking it off, though. Still hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, boy, Matt's taking a couple of shots tonight. Second straight year, the Irish and the Scarlet Knights meet here in Piscataway on Valentine's Day. Zanny hits it to Shields.
Good ball movement.
Wiggin going baseline. Goes reverse. Got it short.
The backboard got it. They must have lost control.
Here's Chris Thomas. Sets up Carroll. Matt Carroll. So much for the bad ankle.
Does he stretch the D? Well, you need your feet, but you don't shoot with them, huh? He's got one of the great strokes, and the confidence level is soaring. You've got to stay on him and force him to put it on the floor.
They're going to have to find him, Coach. 6 for 8 from the field tonight. He's got 13 points. Down low. Sherrod was knocked out of bounds by the Irish. Glad you could join us here on ESPN. An important Big East battle, Notre Dame and Rutgers. We're at the Rack in Piscataway, New Jersey. I'm Dave Sims and Phil Rafter. 8:29 to go. First half, the Irish got out quickly, and right now they hold a 10-point lead.
Now, Rutgers is doing a bad job getting around the rim. That time Sherrod create, but they're not finishing around it.
Matt Carroll, the shooting star, he's got 13 points for the Irish. Rashod Kent has 10 for Rutgers. Here's Coleman. He got hit. Rack it up.
Could be a four-pointer. And that's a great screen by Kent, Dave. I mean, Jersey's known for its toll roads. Well, you need a lot of quarters to get around that big guy. I mean, he could block the whole front line. Little nylon. And then the follow-through by Swanigan may have gotten him the foul. A chance for 4, but Rashod Kent, one of the many things he does for this basketball team, is screen down on the inbounds play.
Coleman has been lethal for Rutgers' opponents. That's his 71st three. He takes the most threes and makes the most for Rutgers. He's 10th in scoring in the Big East Conference. 6-point game.
Oh, nice move.
That had interception written all over it. Xanay, lay it up and in.
The Braves made the wrong decision. They get
There's another steal by Kent. Kent goes around Thomas. Tipped by Xanay's good. And Rutgers right back. So much for that 10-point lead. Timeout, Irish. Run by Rutgers. converting on these steals.
You can't leave your feet against the press. Right here, you are dead. The other corner, they got an open Swanigan. They didn't see him. This is just terrific. And Thomas tries to pick up the charge, but Kent, with the big body, is going to go slide by. Doesn't make it, but then the counter.
Hey, fans, tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, ESPN brings you Conference USA action as the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles visit Steve Logan and the number 5 Cincinnati Bearcats. Conference USA action tomorrow night on ESPN. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Turnover story right now. Notre Dame, 7 errors to 3 for Rutgers. And out of that 7, I got to believe 4 of them have been converted, Rap.
Into layups. And of all people, Chris Thomas, I believe, has 3, if I'm not mistaken. And he's usually so sound with it, only 2 a game.
Rutgers picking up that defensive intensity. Gary Waters said he wants to hang his hat on that one, and that's a shot Humphrey didn't have a couple of years ago.
Sure, he's confident with it now. Able to stick it. That's why that high-low is so effective. He doesn't have to be located down the low box area.
Humphrey's got 6. 4-point lead for Notre Dame. New clock after the kick. We got a good one here at the rack. They're boisterous as ever. Mike Bray knows he's in a tough one. Well, one of the aims of Gary Waters is to make the Rutgers Athletic Center one of the toughest places in America to play college basketball. Look at the reaction, and the explosion of noise, Raph, is unreal.
Just an amazing place, and you're right. This ceiling, I think, just sends it right back down and magnifies it. And look what they do with people here. They certainly do rack them up over the years. This has been one tough place to play. Georgetown, West Virginia, Connecticut, Syracuse. Unbelievable. This post the Georgetown game, I think, gave credibility to this program and to Gary Waters.
No doubt about it. Their only home loss was to Pittsburgh, 66-58. Over the top is Coleman. Can't get it. Rebound, Sherrod.
He's got unbelievable range, Coleman.
Oh.
And fluid.
And fearless, too.
You know, the 3 guards remind me of BC. Think about it. Huckabee, Abrams, and Isley.
Very good.
They may be a little stronger, but boy, they play well together. Make up for size.
Kent. Oh, boy, he abused Swanigan on that one.
A little lingerie on the deck.
12 points for Kent. 2-point Notre Dame lead.
You can see Kent's experience there. He felt the weight. Swanigan was hugging him, committed. Good cut.
Good shake by Matt Carroll. He blew the layup, though. Tracks down a loose ball. Out of bounds. It's going to be Rutgers' ball.
Now that's one layup they had to make, but you can see this lock low because of the outside shooter. Swanigan weight goes forward. The big fella. Nice step through and a knockdown.
From the Moses Malone school, if he feels you, you're dead.
And Moses could put a few people to sleep.
Sure enough. For the tie or the lead on this possession for Rutgers.
I think they got to use the dribble a little more right here. I think they can blow by guys on the perimeter for ND.
Down low, Kent draws almost a triple team. Exanic won't go, and a rebound to Chris Thomas.
Great look, good solid basketball.
Chris Thomas found an opening. Trying to refeed, he turns it over again. That's 8 turnovers for Notre Dame. Nice lead. Pump fake by Sherrod. Got too deep. And bring it out. Coleman. No. Rebound Graves. Thomas working against Sherrod. Graves comes out. Joel Wiggins guarding him. Matt Carroll got Coleman on him.
So they're very patient and get it back in this guy's hand. Usually good things happen. Open up to the baseline.
Ooh. Too strong. Humphrey finishes it up.
What's great about Chris Thomas is even if he's struggling with some passing, he's had more turnovers than he averages. Yet he's got great confidence that he can break it down and do so. That was just a terrific read on the baseline.
Another stellar performance by Ryan Humphrey. He's got 8 points and 7 boards already.
Now look at Swanigan and Kent down there. They're going to be exhausted tomorrow.
No question. How about Humphrey with another block shot? We got a piece of that and a foul on the play on Exanic.
Yeah, to reach in frequently happens. Just turn and go the other way. But the activity along the baseline, Humphrey does a little bit of everything for this team here, helping out his partner. Tell you what, that was close to being a goaltender.
I know,
too.
it was very close.
Yeah, he does have some hops.
Humphrey can change some shots. He's third in the conference. Emeka Okafor leads the conference at Connecticut. James Jones at Miami. You show the ball to any of these three guys, a good chance you could get it back in your forehead.
Emeka Okafor, one of those comers, too. A Frosch that's got length, great wingspan, and stays on the floor.
Flanagan can't knock it down. 4:45 to go first half.
And keep probing inside. Get some touches. Occasionally use that bounce.
Last time Rutgers had a lead, it was 5-2. Ramazana, I don't think he's taking a shot, has he?
He's played well within himself. Yeah, get the
Early block, yeah. Ooh, breakout. Coleman ate that one up. And here comes Rutgers 5-on-2.
Nice look.
Sherrod, good pump fake. Intermediate shot, no. Rebound, Ramazana. Quick release, and he scored.
You mentioned earlier the quick hops he has. How about the speed to get there? Great read.
Notre Dame 4-1 on the road. Rutgers 4-1 at home. And they're already up on close to their average in steals.
Key for them is scoring so they can set up that pressure. Great denial on the wing here.
Rutgers second in steals in the conference to Syracuse. We got a timeout, 3:51 to go. Good one, 30-28 Notre Dame. Dave Simpson, Bill Raftery with you. Notre Dame by 2 here at Rutgers. And tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, ESPN Classic brings you an instant classic. If you didn't see Saturday's 4-overtime game between Notre Dame and Georgetown, you won't want to miss it. If you did see it, you may want to watch it again. It was the highest scoring game in Big East history. It's on tomorrow at 9 on ESPN Classic. Now, if you don't want to see it, now turn away. I'll give you the score. Here's what happened. It was a great one. A long game. We've been talking about this for a long time, Ref.
And how many hammers did Georgetown have?
Oh.
And it was almost inevitable because they didn't convert one of them. I think they had 3 opportunities.
Absolutely.
And couldn't close the deal out. Just an outstanding performance.
Talked to Craig Esherick Monday night. He was still shaking his head. We had him.
2 solid teams played that day, let me tell you.
Right now, Notre Dame up by 2. Ryan Humphrey attacking Kareem Wright. And Wright comes away with the rebound.
And then they had run a play to give Carroll a look out top. And that dribble to the right, they misused it.
Irish shooting 50% from the field. Rutgers at 37%. The Irish plus 9 on the boards tonight. Hervé teeing it up way outside. He hit it.
Tell you what, he can get on a roll, too. You know, he's one of those guys that you're going, oh, no, 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 no. We got a little problem, a little stoppage.
Sure enough, Steve Wilmer got a intentional foul on it. Intentional foul on Kareem Wright.
And I'm sure right away, Gary Waters saying, what did you do? We got a nice little pace. You can see over here, just discussing it. And one of these, you make the jumper, just go back. And that's like silly, right? I mean, immediately, ball is in. Has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Not good judgment. And you got a nice feel for the game. And, you know, it's interesting. Gary's got his arms around him saying he hugged him first. And Steve Wilmer's saying, well, as usual, I would think. Don't you? The second guy gets held for
absolutely. Just like when you're kids, right? You walk in a room, you see the second one.
I had a great conversation with Gary today, and he was telling me that when he took the job, he told the players, I want everybody to come into my office every day. And the other part of it, I want everybody to walk in and give me a hug. If you don't, you're in trouble. And he said, the reason I want the hug is I need it. My family's not here yet. And he sort of developed that feeling and that spirit that's so necessary.
Timmermans, 1 out of 2. Tom comes in 70% at the line. Scores tied at 31.
Now, winning on the road takes in so many details. I mean, patience, being able to handle with the frenzied play, the atmosphere. It's all the test, and that's why ND is so impressive, being able to win on the road.
No doubt about it.
And that's what Gary Waters is looking to achieve to come down the road.
Irish this year have won at West Virginia in the conference, at Pittsburgh, at Seton Hall, and at Georgetown. First tie of the evening. And a foul, and an unpopular call, as you can tell here in New Jersey. Fouls on Mike Sherrod, who thought he had a steal against Chris Thomas.
Well, you knew Mike Sherrod was going to bounce back. I mean, great game played by Chris Thomas when they were out at ND. And you know, guys are competitors. They want to get after people. He's been all over him, forced him into some mistakes that he's not likely to make most evenings. And you can see he just missed that layup, and he'll be there before the night's over.
First point tonight for Chris Thomas. And don't forget, coming up, the Florida Dodge Dealers 250 coming your way, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. That's a 1 p.m. start tomorrow here on ESPN. Now, last time out, Coleman, 32 minutes on 5 for 16, 15 points. Thomas, 32 points on 10 of 14 shooting. McCoy missed the iron.
And ND wasn't ready. They weren't sure what they were in. Some were in zone, some in man. They were trying to get established in a zone.
Thomas off the pick. Shot at an air ball.
And maybe in a piece. It's got to be a piece. Yeah. Good refereeing. One look to the other. Okay, he's not getting it. A lot of easy looks.
Not at all.
Sherrod and company up on him big, and Kent comes back in.
So McCoy, Kent, and Lamazana up front for Rutgers, with Coleman and Sherrod in the backcourt. Graves, Humphrey, Timmermans, Thomas, and Carroll for Notre Dame. 2.5 to go first half. 2-point lead for the Irish. Humphrey. Timmerman, look out.
It's got to be a walk. Yeah, good call.
Well, he calls a timeout. I think he got a timeout call. Yep. Timeout for Notre Dame. Ooh. Yeah, that had the ball written all over it.
Right here, great defense by Kent, forces the tough one.
Lamazana does a good job not to goaltend.
Well, you know what? He didn't have control of the ball.
Yeah, okay.
That's why they let him do it. You see that? Then he got it. He hit the floor.
See, Lamazana went up and pulled it back.
Right. I thought that was a real smart play. You're right. Because it wasn't going to go in. He really did the right thing.
2:23 to go. Good adjustment by Rutgers to get back in, and Notre Dame Mike and company got out to a nice lead here. Biggest lead for the Irish was 10. And don't forget, coming up next on SportsCenter, Stuart Scott and Linda Cohn are going to bring you MJ versus C-Web. Spotlight's going to show me some love. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And not tonight, honey. I've got to watch SportsCenter. A familiar refrain in American households.
Well, that's a happy marriage.
You got that right.
When your partner says, it's okay, dear. It doesn't happen in all homes, I might add.
Here's Matt Carroll. First 10 minutes. Boy, he's led that Irish attack. Whoa! Sent back by Lamazana. Still got 22 on the shot clock. Graves finds an alley. Takes it in. Missed it. Tip. No. Second tip. Can't rebound. Foul on Humphrey.
And he wants it intentional. He's asking for it all. And Notre Dame getting awfully close and not converting. Number of layups, and you've got to attribute that to the feisty play of Rutgers. Really challenging shots, and right here, Humphrey and Kent. That one I would pay to see, by the way.
Rashod Kent working the crowd. They really believe they've got something going here. Rutgers 15-8, 5-5 in the conference.
Are you going to argue with him? If they did?
I haven't in 4 years. Why start now?
Well, he has just he has dedicated himself to making this a great finish.
Good D by Carroll, because Coleman looked like he was ready to rip. Jerome sets up Sherrod, teammates in high school, in Wilson High School, in Brooklyn. Sherrod fadeaway. Look at Humphrey, got in. Kent knocked it out of bounds.
So Kent was wide open through the whole trip. I mean, give it to him. He doesn't force shots. He'll give it back to get a nice-looking jumper. Instead, put it on the floor and do a fadeaway.
Buck and a half to go first half. Thomas has been quiet.
Just outstanding defense on him.
Yeah, look at them. They get up in you. Matt Carroll sets up Graves. Goes baseline. Challenge blocked by Kent.
Nothing easy around the rim. Great anticipation. Foot speed and coverage.
Rutgers leads the Big East in block shots at 7.5 a game. Hervé on the floor, lay it up. No, and a rebound goes to Timmermans.
Well, he could explode by Humphrey. He was at a disadvantage there, Ryan.
Final minute of play. Irish nursing a 2-point lead. They had a 10-point lead midway through the first half. Timmerman's inside. That was blocked again by Kent.
Wow. And look at this rule. Almost a steal by Thomas.
So if you're Gary Waters right now, you got about a 13-14-second differential on the shot clock as the Rutgers fans come to their feet. Tie or the lead at half, a possibility for Rutgers.
Just run your stuff now. Get a good one. A high pick and roll. Kent may load up in the lane.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Sherrod making his move.
There he goes.
We go to Kent. Stolen by Graves. Good play. David Graves sets up Thomas. Goes up, draws contact. Outstanding play.
He was not afraid. He knew he might get the shot block, so he thought he searched. But the preparation by Notre Dame, I mean, they knew what was coming with that particular play. They like to turn the corner, find people, or load up the big fella. There's a little bump in the midcourt area. And right here, he knows somebody's coming. And Lamazana just a little bit late in the clever ploy by Chris Thomas.
Thomas with his third point. He's still 0 for 6 from the field. And coming up on the Mass Mutual Financial Group Sports Center in-game halftime report, our man Dave Revson is going to bring his Sports Center in-game. The skate gate continues, Raph. You've been following this?
Yeah, I have been. It's almost the way you were in the, somebody does a great play around the basket. You're getting a low number, and it's chastise Sunday support.
Duke was all over the Wolfpack before our game. Final 4 seconds. Sherrod got to get something, put it up. He did get a foul. And he gets a foul. Looks like on Jordan Cornette.
And Notre Dame thought they had great defense there. And reach in, apparently swipe across the forehead.
Notre Dame foul number 1, Chris Thomas, his second.
Mike Bray getting organized to what they want to do on a make.
Second foul on Chris Thomas. Mike Sherrod, a big part of getting his teammate Jerome Coleman into the fold here. Jerome, a late signee by Gary Waters. As the recruiting was done.
Big East Player of the Week, too. I mean, some sound basketball.
There's Coleman. Coleman was one of the few shooting guards left coming out of the JC. Second team Junior College All-American last year. Cecil Community College in Maryland.
Can't get over his arms, David.
It is unbelievable.
Unbelievable way to stretch it. Nothing here.
Oh, nice arm by Cornette. Fighting Irish go to halftime with a 3-point lead here at Rutgers as the Irish try to get another road win. They're trying for their 5th. Right now, let's join Dave Revson for the Mass Mutual Financial Group Sports Center in-game halftime report.
Okay.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Acura. Experience the performance today at your local Acura dealer.
Back on Sports Center in-game. Matt Carroll 13. He and Ryan Humphrey combined for 21 of Notre Dame's 35 points. They lead Rutgers by 3 at the half. Second half of our game coming up. Rashod Kent's 12 leading the Scarlet Knights, but they are down 3 to Notre Dame. Back to Piscataway after a break.